Hello, good morning. I have something very little to say this morning, and I want to say something little about the condition of our hearts. And the Bible says that guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it comes all the issues of life. So it's like Jesus is telling us that we live our lives from our hearts. And when you're being told to guard your heart with all diligence, it is because what happens in the heart affects everything else that you may be trying to do. It affects your family, it affects your business, it affects your life in a very big way. And this is because our real life happens in our hearts. Real life is what happens within us, not around us. So I want to add some more weight to what, on top of that, by saying that it doesn't matter what you don't have. If you have a good heart, you have a good life. And it doesn't matter what you have. If you have a bad heart, you have a bad life. Because your heart condition determines your life condition. And this is so true. And what really affects our hearts are mostly affected by the things that we think. Because right now, if maybe you can do an experiment, just imagine yourself jumping from a plane, and then you jump. That imagination and that thought itself affects your heart in a certain way. You feel something in your heart. It doesn't matter what you think. If you think of a very happy adventure, your heart feels the same. So it is very clear that we feel the way we think. And so it's like our hearts are so obedient to what is happening in our minds. It's like, it's very obedient. And wherever you choose to fix your mind, your heart will experience the same. So if you're experiencing joy, it is because your mind is fixed on things that bring joy. So if you are right now experiencing turmoil and stress and all those things, it is because your mind is also fixed on the same. So if you really want to live in heaven like me every day, because I live in heaven every day, I want you to guard your heart with all diligence, with a lot of diligence. Guard what you think. Guard what you imagine. Guard, because all those things really affect the quality of your life. And the quality of your life, yes, I may be living in a very beautiful house, but if my heart is not beautiful, my life is not beautiful. You may be driving a very expensive car, but if your heart is not expensive, you are still very cheap. You may be wearing the most expensive clothes, but if your heart is not at peace, you have still lost it. And this is how I measure wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to know what is very important for you, and that ability to choose wisely. And I want to believe that it's not even believing. I know that what your body really needs to function perfectly is a peaceful mind. And that's why the Bible says that try in all means to live a quiet life. A quiet life is not, you can shut your mouth up and say that you're not going to talk, but your mind is always talking. So a quiet life starts when you start having when you start quieting your thoughts. The more you quiet your thoughts, the more your life becomes quiet, and the more your life becomes peaceful. So I want you to choose wisely. And remember, it doesn't matter what you have. If you don't have a good heart, you have nothing. It doesn't matter what you don't have. If you have a good heart, your life is good. Because our real life is what happens within us, not what happens around us. Your real life is happening within you. You may find yourself doing a lot of activities out there. You may be very known, like you are a billionaire, you are a great musician, you are a great whatever. But the quality of your life is measured by what is happening within you. And that is how you measure quality. Because if you cannot give yourself that quality, if you cannot have that beautiful heart, it doesn't matter how beautiful your house is, you are still very ugly. If you don't have a beautiful heart, doesn't matter how you look, you're still ugly. If you have a beautiful heart, it doesn't matter what you may look outside, you are still very beautiful. Because real life is what happens within us, not around us. May you have a beautiful life. May you have a good life. May you have a good heart. May you have some very good thoughts. May you learn to quiet your mind. May you learn to only think the way you want to feel, because we feel the way we think. And I love you so much. This is your Bishop Abeta Victor, and I care about your well-being. Thank you for taking your time to listen. Thank you.